Alright, guys, now the next one we're going to be checking out tonight is from the legendary storyteller Wants Entertainment. Now, and this first one we're checking out by him is called The Creepy Man Hiding in My Brother's Closet. Horror story, in parentheses. But, yeah, let's go check it out. Again, a link to Wants Entertainment and the original video in the description below. But without any further ado, let's go and get started. The Man in My Brother's Closet.
This happened 2 months ago in January of 2019. My parents went out to a party. They told me they wouldn't be back until at least 3 a.m. in the morning because the party was supposed to start at 8 p.m. and the party was going to be in New Jersey. We live in Connecticut, so it takes a while to get there and back. They told me—
Wait. These two parents are leaving early, and they're going to be out for about 3 hours because the party starts at 8. These two parents about to get their fucky on!
To watch my 10-year-old brother and expected me to be responsible because I'm 15 years old.
Whoa, guys, watch out! He's 15 years old, he can watch the brother.
When they left, we watched movies all night while eating a bunch of popcorn. It was around 11:30, and we just finished watching Infinity War.
Hey.
I told my brother to brush his teeth and go to bed. I stayed up later than him to watch the movie Logan. The movie ended and it was around 2 in the morning. I was getting ready for bed when my brother came down the stairs. I asked him what he was still doing up, and he said the boogeyman was in his closet and wanted to touch him. I looked at him in confusion. My brother isn't the type of kid to pull pranks or joke around. He wanted me to check it out. I said fine and started saying he probably just heard a house noise. He said he heard a noise coming from his closet, and when he checked inside, the boogeyman was there and said he wanted to touch him. We went inside his room. I turned on the light and we went to the closet door. I opened it, and what I saw made me seriously angry. There was a tall, scruffy-looking man with long, black, greasy hair. He looked as if he was in his mid-40s and was—
Guys, no. I thought that he was angry because he found his brother's like nudie mags or something in the closet, but no, there was actually a scruffy-looking man. What do you say? In his mid-40s? Why would that make him angry? I would have shot my shorts.
Looked as if he was in his mid-40s and was fairly built. I was pissed off when I saw this creep watching my 10-year-old brother sleep, and I figured out what my brother meant when he said the boogeyman wanted to touch him. I was so pissed off.
Bro, this 15-year-old has more balls than any grown man I've ever seen.
I punched his throat. He dropped to the floor gasping for air, but I stepped on his face as hard as I could at least 6 times. Okay, then this kid woke up, right?
And then after all that, he woke up from watching the movie Logan. Ain't no way you stopping on a grown man with those crusty, dusty, musty ass feet. Get the fuck out of here, my boy.
He was covered in blood and was having trouble breathing. I grabbed my brother and ran into the bathroom, locking the door and calling the cops. Then I called my parents. My parents freaked out. In about 10 minutes, the cops showed up and searched the bedroom. He wasn't in there. They searched the house. He wasn't anywhere to be found. I gave them a good description of his appearance, and an officer even stayed at our house until sunrise. A week later, I was informed that the same guy was caught and arrested for raping an 11-year-old boy and murdering his parents. It turns out he had raped multiple children before, and even murdered some of them and their parents. He was 47 years old and received a death sentence. If my brother never came downstairs to tell me what happened, then I fear the worst could have happened to him. And I'm extremely thankful that didn't happen.
Fuck, the spider in his nose. Put that tongue back in your mouth. Look at Michael Jordan. Shit. Man who escaped from prison broke into my house. What the fuck?
One day, when I was about 6 or 7 years old, my mom had gone to my older sister's recital in Georgia, and my dad was at work. He was a pilot for some airline. So she left me and my older brother, who was only 12 at the time, at the sitter's house, which was a few blocks away from my house. My sitter, who I'm going to call Bev, was 19, and she was pretty much the best kind of sitter to a 6 to 7-year-old boy could ask for. She'd let us play games and stay up watching TV, as long as we didn't bother her while she was on the phone with her boyfriend. We were watching TV, and we could hear something scratching the paneling on the side of the house. Naturally, we blew it off as a stray animal, so we continued watching TV. About 30 minutes to an hour later, Bev ran into the living room and locked the front door and shut the blinds. We were curious as to what she was doing.
You know, it's kind of weird how
me and my brother, being kids, got scared and started crying.
I locked the door and closed the windows.
Then Bev said everything would be okay. It was just a peeping Tom. So she took us upstairs and we went to her parents' room with the Nintendo and some snacks. She said stay put and not to touch anything we didn't bring into the room. Not a minute later after she walked out of the room, we heard a loud crash and glass shattering in the room below us. The sicko had thrown a brick from the walkway through the guest bedroom window and managed to get in. I remember Bev running into the room and pulling us into the closet and telling us we were going to play a game of hide and seek and to be very quiet. She got out of the closet and locked it from the outside latch and disappeared. Several minutes passed and we could hear a grown man screaming, come out wherever you are. I only want to play." Then I heard what sounded like water running in the bathroom across from the closet. Then it shut off. And I heard Bev yelling something at the man. It was something like, "The police are on their way. You better get out of my fucking house now." Then we could hear loud, heavy footsteps sprinting out of the room, and then sirens wailing in the distance. Bev shrieked, and we heard a loud thud on the ground below us. Bev had managed to find an old wooden bat. As the man turned a corner to go out the front door, Bev swung the bat as hard as she could, knocking the man to the floor. Dazed, he got up and tried chasing her outside, but the cops had already arrived and tackled the man on sight. My mom came home immediately and took me, my brother, and Bev back to my house. A few years later, she explained that the man was a known sex offender and had escaped from prison. In the report, he was said to be carrying a rather large knife in his pocket and had a Saturday night special tucked away in the waist of his pants.
Bro's locked and loaded. He's not playing. Even though he said, "I only want to play," but whatever. Alright, guys, the last video we're doing checking out about Llama Arts tonight is called Creepy Guy Hiding in My Closet. Now, we know we just saw a creepy guy hiding in his little brother's closet, and the older brothers allegedly stomped him on his face over 10 times or whatever. I still don't believe that. I don't know, because it's just unbelievable. But anyway, that's not important. Let's just get right into it. It's the last Llama Arts video we're going to be checking out tonight. Yeah, let's go into it. Creepy guy hiding in my closet.
I was 10 at the time this happened. I loved my bedroom, since it had a TV, a bed, and a closet with my computer on my desk.
Bro, flexed on these hoes.
One night when I was sleeping, I heard a noise coming from my closet, which kind of woke me up. I didn't mind it at all because I was still trying to fall back asleep to go to school tomorrow. 3 hours later, after I woke up and ate breakfast, I was getting ready to pack my bag, which was in my bedroom, for school. When I got in my room and packed my bag, I looked at the window and saw some tall black figure with a hoodie outside of my bedroom window. My heart dropped. And when I said, "Who in the world is that?" the figure ran away. He said,
"Who in the world is that?"
And the guy at the window was like, "Oh shit, he saw me!"
I didn't see the figure's face since he was wearing a black hoodie, and it was a little dark outside since it was 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
After I came back from school, I was on my phone, researching for my school project. Suddenly, I heard a loud tap on the window. It
Not
was
this
that
guy
figure
again.
And this time, I saw his face. He was a man in his late 40s. He had wrinkly skin and had black hair.
Pale skin.
He smiled at me
Look at that
and
skeleton.
said, "Hey, want some candy? Come out."
Want some candy? What is this, the 80s? Ain't no kid falling for that no more. Just say, hey, want some V-Bucks gift cards? That'll get him out.
Outside of your house and I'll give you
Works every time
some."
for me. What?
He laughed and waited for me to come outside. He ran to the front door and made a mistake by standing there because my dad was going to go to work. And he opened the front door and yelled at him to get the hell off his property or he'll call the police. I rushed to my dad and told him he'd been outside of my bedroom window stalking me. He was about to call the police when he realized he didn't want me to get scared that I was going to get kidnapped or something. So he said he would install security cameras. The only reason why I didn't scream when he was outside of my bedroom window is because that I thought it was one of my friends trying to study with me. But I thought to myself, why the hell would any of my friends want to study at 5 a.m. in the morning? And none of my friends
no
were
team wants to
really
study,
that tall.
period.
That night, I heard someone laughing in my closet. I didn't open my eyes, but I was scared to death, since I heard that he was scratching the bedroom closet with something that sounded kind of like a knife. I waited
behind my neck, guys. You know what that
until
means.
I built up my courage to make a run for it and screamed for my life while I ran to my parents' bedroom and locked the door. I explained to them what happened, and there was someone in my closet. My mom called 911, and the guy was saying stuff like, "Come out, and I won't make your parents watch as I stab you."
Are you kidding me?
That was the thing that made me so scared, because my brain was alerting me that he did have a knife. Seconds later, we heard sirens, and me and my parents heard the police bust the door yelling, "Police, drop your weapon and put your hands up." Me and my parents were relieved that he was gone. I was very lucky that my closet was far away from my bed. It turned out that the guy was a crazy mental guy who escaped from his mental hospital by stabbing the security guards and breaking out.
Stop him over and over again.
From now on,
Where did
my
that
parents
big-ass
have set
knife
up
from, though?
security cameras in each and every room, and also outside. Who knows what would have happened to me if I didn't hear him laughing in my closet? Would I have been stabbed to death? Or what if he was hiding under my bed? Since that day, I still don't know how he got in my parents' house. Maybe my mom or dad forgot to lock the front door. Or he got in from my bedroom window.
But how would he climb over you without you waking up? Oh, now this last video we're going to be checking out for tonight is from a new channel called Mort. I literally just found this channel while I was looking for videos to watch. It was during that little intermission in the last video where I cut it off. Because I know I said 6 videos, 3 on the first one, 3 on this one, but I just found this one and I found it kind of interesting. It's from a channel called Mort, and the video is called Creepiest McDonald's Horror Story Animated. So, yeah, check it out.
It was about 3 in the morning, and I was on my way to my job at my local McDonald's to open with one of my favorite managers there with me. She told me to text her when I got there so that she could let me inside. Once I pulled in, I noticed a man standing outside of his car in the farthest corner of the parking lot. He was shooting me this sort of menacing stare. Let me point out that it's completely pouring outside. I was really confused as to why this guy wasn't just sitting in his car. I then parked and texted my manager to let me inside. Seconds later, I noticed her at the door opening it for me. Upon walking up to her, I say my usual good morning. I was stopped mid-sentence by her rushing me inside and saying, "Did you see that guy outside?" I told her yes, and she proceeded to help me refill sauces, napkins, and things like that. My manager then told me that she's going to check the security tapes just to make sure that everything during the period that the restaurant was closed was okay. Minutes later, my manager called me into her office for whatever reason. She told me to look at the screen, and it showed that the same man was standing outside.
I swear to God,
the time was 12:47. She then fast-forwarded the tape to reveal that the man had been standing outside the entire time up until now. And at this point, it's about 3:50 a.m. I ran to the front lobby and I noticed him still standing over by his car. I figured, or was hoping, that he was probably just on something and he was waiting for us to open so that maybe he could get breakfast.
Yeah, man got the munchies. I
resumed filling sauces again and making sure everything was in working order, until I was abruptly interrupted by banging at the front door. I walked over and noticed a figure right outside the front door.
Is that flipping him off? He's like,
I yelled that we were closed and that he would have to come back later. That didn't seem to faze him as he continued to bang on the door. I walked away, figuring that he was just being an asshole, when suddenly I heard a loud crash. I ran to the lobby to see the glass door broken and the man beginning to step inside. I yelled for my manager and told her that we needed to leave through the back door. And we did just that.
These guys are NPCs.
We booked into our cars and both called the cops. They arrived in about 15 minutes and came outside the restaurant with a dirty-looking man in cuffs. They said he was hiding in the back janitor's closet with a large knife in his hand. So that's my story, and also the reason I'm never working early mornings again.
You guys, that is gonna wrap up today's Friday. Stay tuned for tomorrow when I do a Frightening Tuesday. It's gonna be a Halloween special. I plan on reacting to 4 videos, but yeah, I don't really know how to end this outro because it's 9:04 and my sleep schedule has been pretty on point, so I'm pretty tired. So I don't know. If you want to see my social media, it should be in the outro. I really don't know how to end this, guys. I'll just see you tomorrow.
Who are you?
Tomorrow. Deuces.